Let's go to the next game. Let's bring in a special guest we have right here. El Oso.
We got Oski in
El
the chat.
Weeks. Habla Oski.
Yo, what's up?
People
I
talk
just
to
want to
people.
say your prediction is kind of chalk, D.
Why?
Because even though he beats me with Michael Pittman, everybody else on my squad's gonna beat him by like 10 points.
We'll see.
Their matchup is gonna beat him by like 5 points at least. Each one that you gave me.
Negative.
We'll see.
We'll
There's a
see.
reason why I projected like 10 more points than him. You know.
If we know something, projections don't mean a thing. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
Okay, well, since we have Oski here, maybe he can help Akko out here a little bit. We're gonna switch it over. We're gonna have Oski and Akko do possibly my predictions with Pabe.
Yep. I
Okay.
like this.
Is it still doing this? Okay. If you guys want to run through this, do a little predictions, we can do that real quick. Oski and Akko, y'all can take over.
Yep.
Akko,
So,
take over, Akko.
yep. So we have Russell Wilson against Houston. We obviously saw what happened last week. Russell Wilson, the coach of Denver, came out and said I should have trusted Russell more. I think he's going to do that this week against not a good Houston team that tied last week. Then we have Pat Mahomes against the Chargers. Chargers have a great defense, but obviously the game planning by Andy Reid is immaculate. It's always going to be great. There's always those little gadget plays he has.
That's chalk. That's chalk. It's got to go Mahomes every time. I'm going to say it right now.
No, I know. It's Mahomes. It's for sure Mahomes here. Pabe, he ended up getting like 34 points, even though Pabe lost, but it was still like a 30-point game. Yeah, 34-point game, 35-point game. He has the most yards in the league. Obviously, he's the number one QB in fantasy at the moment. But he does face a really good Chargers defense. It's good linebackers, and great secondary.
We'll see if Bosa and Mac can disturb him. That would be huge.
I think he's gonna throw quick and early. I think you're gonna see a lot of curls, a lot of like over the middle, 2 TK. I agree. I think it's gonna be a lot of wheel route stuff just to try to get everything away from Bosa, away from Khalil Mack. Because that's how I would game plan. Obviously, I'm no D coordinator or offensive coordinator, but that's how I would game plan. You want to stay away from their two best players, hands down. But you still got to give it to Mahomes. It's still Pat Mahomes. He's probably gonna put up at least his projection for sure. So it's for sure Pat Mahomes there.
Agreed.
What do you think, Oski?
I think Patrick just struggles against the division. Doesn't struggle, but I mean it's not as easy as everything else.
I mean, it's the division. You play him twice a year. You're gonna see him a lot every year. Guaranteed to see him at least twice. So for sure, at least harder. But it's always a high scoring game.
I mean, Russell's going to get you your points because they're playing against Houston, so they'll probably put up at least 28 points, so you'll get some touchdowns and shit. I just feel like it's not going to be as like lopsided as you guys think, but I do got Patrick winning.
Yeah, me too.
Let's
I think that was pretty easy.
Die quick though.
Let's die.
That's over.
Yeah.
Then we're moving on to Lenny Lasagna Fournette against the King Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry did not put up Derrick Henry numbers last week.
Welcome.
But Lenny Lasagna did. He put up good numbers. He's playing in the division. I mean, it's a divisional game everywhere pretty much in most of the matchups you're seeing. Obviously, they're playing New Orleans at New Orleans, which is a tough place to play. And they're playing Derrick Henry's playing at Buffalo, who obviously we know Buffalo is probably the best team in the league right now. Me personally, this is actually kind of tough, but I think I'm going to go to Leonard Fournette. I think, like I said, Tom Brady's kind of hurt, beat up, especially after week 1. They hit him a few times, and I think they're going to depend on Lenny to do a little bit more of the bulk and just be that workhorse he has to be.
Yeah.
I mean, I just think the fact that he's going to get 5 points just off of the, like, dump downs from Tom.
Yep.
The only way Derrick wins that is if he gets 2 touchdowns. Which is possible, but I mean, he's just like he's kind of like Chubb. Like they'll get you 120 yards, but since they don't catch the ball, you need 6 points. You need a TD to be able to blow up. You know,
especially in a PPR league.
Yeah, I think I got Lenny. Unless Henry gets you 2 TDs, then you go Henry, obviously. But other than that, it looks kind of hard.
I agree. No, I'm going Lenny here for sure. This next one I don't think is that huge of a. I think it's pretty easy also. I love Chase Edmonds, but I mean, he only got you 10 points. But and Dalvin Cook, I mean, you saw what Detroit did to the Eagles last week. I mean, DeAndre Swift looked like, I mean, I think he has the second most yards or the third most yards in the league already at 144 rushing yards. I mean, Dalvin's a better running back by far, and they have the options out wide to spread it out so you can't load the box. I'm definitely giving it to Dalvin here. I think he gets probably 20 points. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, I think so too. And I mean, I'm gonna be honest. You're pretty close to being contender as far as like on paper goes deep. I think you need to get that RB2 spot because I don't think Chase is the man for you.
I got him right here.
We'll see. All three
Polemica.
running backs
That was a
had touchdowns
problematic
at the
trade,
Eagles.
to be honest.
But we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. I like Dalvin here. Next, I mean, you got JJ Jefferson against the Eagles, who looked terrible, but he's going to be matched up against Slay the whole time. Slay's not moving off JJ.
Get your boy. Who's Slay?
Who's Slay,
Some
bro?
guy he tried
Stop.
to play Warzone with, bro.
Hey, I've played with him. I've played with him. It was
Get your
badass.
boy.
He's not good at Warzone, but I played with Darius Slay. Against Curtis Samuel, who looked like to be a pretty decent target for Carson. But it's the best wide receiver in the league. There's no question. You give this to me. You got 40 points, bro.
And almost outscored Papa's team, bro.
Dude, Justin Jefferson is gonna outscore what Mahomes does, hands down.
Yeah, I think Justin gets you 30 again.
Easily. I think he has 2 tugs against us, which is gonna be crappy. But hey, Curtis Samuel had that, but I mean, Carson played okay. He didn't play bad. He had he had 1 interception. He had 4 touchdowns. 3 touchdowns, I think. I don't think he's going to do that a lot. Carson's going to end up getting Carson. He's going to throw some interceptions. But it is against Detroit. They're not a good team. If the Eagles can put up 38 on them, I mean, I don't know. We'll see. That D-line for Detroit is pretty good, though. I'm not going to lie. The only way Jalen was able to get so many points is because he has the legs. I don't think Carson has legs like Jalen, obviously. But I still give it to Justin Jefferson here.
Yeah, I agree.
I like this next one because Adam Thielen is in a throw first offense, but Justin Jefferson is getting all the targets, hands down. And then Amon St. Brown is the number 1.
Yeah, but D was worried about him for the first 3 quarters of the game. He can't
Exactly. He didn't do anything till the end. Exactly.
Bro,
I agree.
He got targeted 12 times, bro. He caught 8 out of 12.
No.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is he had 4 points until towards the end of the 3rd quarter.
I agree.
Like,
He balled out. I mean, that was a boring game in the first half. But
it was like an 8-yard touchdown, I think. That's what put him on the board, and then he started getting
it was a goal line
touchdown.
It was a goal line touchdown. Yeah. He shook his defender, and it was pretty good. But no, I mean, Thielen. I think who's gonna be on Thielen? I don't even know. So I'm on St. Brown here for sure.
Yeah, I think St. Brown as well.
I think this one's kind of a no-brainer too. He's the best tight end in the league. Goddard really didn't get targets last week. He didn't get.
Goddard? Is that who you're talking about? The best tight end in the league? Shout out, Pabe.
I wish. He got 4 targets, 3 receptions.
Bro, he's crazy.
He should have had a touchdown, but he didn't. He got stopped at the goal. He got stopped at like the 1. So he should have had a touchdown, but he did not. I mean, that wouldn't have put him anywhere near to what TK did anyway. TK is playing against the Chargers, who have good linebackers, but it's TK. You put 26 points up. It's no question there.
Easy. Here's what I will say this next one.
This is a good one.
He had 20-something points, only because 2 out of those 3 receptions were touchdowns. Rushing yards, he only had 42 yards. If he didn't even catch a touchdown, that's what I'm saying. I don't think it'll happen again. That's me.
3 targets, 3 receptions, 2 touchdowns throwing, and both of them were goal line touchdowns. They were just like underhand throws that were touchdowns. But he's their number 1. He's officially their number 1. You know, Jerick McKinnon's literally just coming in when Edwards-Hilaire's tired. Cortland Sutton, I mean, he didn't do much last week, I don't think.
He's getting him a tuggy
Jared
this week,
Judy that did everything last week, pretty much. Jared Judy had like 20-some points. You got to give it to CEH right here, for sure. But can he do that against a good Chargers defense?
I'm going Cortland.
You're going Cortland?
Yeah, I think Russ is not going to be, stressed out because he's not, playing his old team. at Seattle. He's against Houston.
That's true.
Bro, they're going to get 30 points on the board. And, I mean, Cortland Sutton, maybe he won't get as much targets as Judy. I don't know how that's going to play out, whether who's number one or who's number two. But I think he gets a touchdown for sure this week.
Okay. All right, so we're split there. All right. So let's go up. We got Pat Mahomes, Leonard Fournette, Dalvin Cook, Justin Jefferson, Amon St. Brown, Travis Kelce, and then we're split. So it's 4-2. So
Even if it's split, yeah.
even with the
Your
split,
boys-
it's 4-3, 4 or 5-2. So
It's 4-3 or 5-2. I mean, D's got in the bag. I think, to be honest, Bob is like his team looks like it could be there.
I agree.
It just, I don't know. We need to wait till D Hop comes back. Hopefully, he gets a couple wins.
Who's on his bench?
Strung
Go to his
together,
bench.
and then
He
D-Hop comes
might
back.
play Duvernay over Thielen. I think that'd probably be a better play. Obviously,
Yeah.
Keenan Allen being out does not help him at all. I think Duvernay's the play over Adam Thielen, in my opinion.
Well, Thielen, I think is if he gets 10 points, that's considering like him blowing up, just because Justin's getting so many fucking looks.
Yeah, I mean, and I like I said, that's why I'm thinking Duvernay's the play over Adam Thielen. We'll see. It's a Monday night game, so he can kind of think about it. But
Yeah.
I think the Duvernay's the play over. I think we'll see him change his lineup. He changed his lineup on me like 3 times before I actually ended up playing, like before the game started, and I think he'll do the same.
That means he's nervous. He doesn't know what's really going on.
I mean, he lost, so it don't matter.